At the beginning, we saw a video, like a lot of student people who was waiting for food, and we were like, we have to do something. And right now, 2025 is the 1919 distribution today.
But once you're here with the other volunteers, when you see people happy that you're helping them, like all your tiredness vanishes away. Like.
For us, that's very important, that the students can still choose. They don't just come and we give them something and they leave, but they choose and they have preferences, and for them it feels much nicer to come, and it's a bit like doing a shop.
Se sei uno studente o una studentessa, o se lo sei stata in passato, lo sai, frequentare l'università costa, e non solo per le rette. Gli affitti in diverse città europee sono ormai insostenibili, mentre l'inflazione continua ad appesantire lo scontrino della spesa. Insomma, senza una famiglia alle spalle studiare è davvero difficile, sta diventando un privilegio quando dovrebbe essere un diritto. Per questo motivo in Francia studenti ed ex studenti hanno deciso di mobilitarsi. Da diversi anni infatti esistono delle vere e proprie associazioni che organizzano delle distribuzioni di cibo e beni di prima necessità per la popolazione studentesca. Il tutto avviene in un ambiente informale tra chiacchiere e musica. Con VD ho raggiunto la Francia per assistere a una di queste distribuzioni. Ve la raccontiamo in questa puntata di Hey Mate, Students in Action Around Europe, una serie realizzata da VD in collaborazione con la rete di media europei Sphera Network. Un viaggio in 5 paesi per raccontare i volti e le lotte della generazione che sta plasmando l'Europa del futuro. Ciao, sto andando a Parigi a incontrare Imane, una ragazza marocchina che si è trasferita qui nella capitale francese per proseguire gli studi universitari. Domani con lei andremo ad Orsay, una zona che si trova nel sud di Parigi, dove ci sono molti studenti, molte università, e proprio lì l'associazione On Remplit les Frigos effettuerà una delle sue distribuzioni di cibo gratuito. Imane è una volontaria e ci accompagnerà e ci racconterà l'attività dell'associazione. Hi Imane, nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Imane. I'm Moroccan. I'm 22 years old, and I came to Paris in August 2024 for my master's degree to become a software engineer. We're here in front of the library where I often come to study or meet with my classmates to do a group project. Well, the experience of moving to Paris is a new experience to me. I moved from my city to another city, but it's in the same country, so leaving your country is a big step to take. But I felt welcomed in Paris since day one, because the day I arrived at Paris, I met 2 Moroccan people at the airport who helped me with my luggage and everything. So it was pretty welcoming since day one. But still I had to face many struggles with the rent, finding the rent, because I came here without a rent. And gladly I had someone to welcome me in their home. And then the search for the rent went for like 3 months. But after those 3 months, I found finally a rent, and then I settled. The first year, yes, it felt a little bit lonely since I didn't have many friends and etc. But this year, I feel kind of home, because some of my friends joined me from Morocco to here for their studies too. So it feels home again. Aside from my studies, I've joined also On Remplit les Frigos, which is an organization that organizes each weekend distribution in different areas of Paris and the region. And this gave me an opportunity to see the different regions of Paris and have the opportunity to help those students. And tomorrow we will have a distribution in Orsay, where we are welcoming 300 students there, and it's near the University of Paris-Saclay, so I suppose there will be a good amount of people that need help there. Tomorrow you're very welcome to join us in the distribution, and I will make sure to show you how it goes there. So see you tomorrow.
Ok, ci siamo, stiamo per portarvi dentro la distribuzione, ma prima vi lascio qualche dato di contesto, giusto per farvi un'idea di quella che è la povertà studentesca in Francia, al di là delle immagini che andremo a vedere. Secondo le analisi più recenti, tra gli studenti che si rivolgono alle associazioni per ricevere aiuti alimentari, ben il 78% ha meno di 100 euro al mese a disposizione per le spese correnti, diciamo senza contare l'affitto. Ecco, questo dato è circa il doppio rispetto a quello che riguarda la popolazione generale. Parliamo quindi di circa 3,33 euro al giorno per nutrirsi, curarsi, uscire la sera e tutte le spese della vita di uno studente. Ovviamente quello del cibo rimane il problema principale, il 61,9% degli studenti coinvolti ha difficoltà a fare la spesa ed è proprio per questo che associazioni come Rempli le Frigo entrano in gioco.
As usual, we come here, like the team, the volunteer team, come at 8:30, around 8:39, so we can open the locals and organize the students that come along. We give them like their jetons to organize them, and then we wait for the products to come. And once they come, like you can see here, we can bring them inside and organize the tables and put stuff on the tables. Once everything is done, we welcome the students to enter and take their products from each stand. And then once we finish, we wrap up and clean stuff and we go. Maybe yes, the trip is starting because as today I did like an hour and a half trip to come here to this location. But once you're here with the other volunteers, when you see people happy that you're helping them, like all your tiredness vanishes away. Like so, as we know, like students struggle to have food, but more importantly, to have nutritious food. So we focus in Rempli le Frigo that we have nutritious food based on vegetables, fruits, and to complement the nutrition to the students. And the other part for the hygiene too, we not only focus on food, we focus also on the hygiene because it's an important part in the health of a person. In the hygiene part, we focus on having menstrual pads for students, females. As we know, with the economic gap, female students may struggle to buy their menstrual pads, which is sad because they don't have to even worry about that. It's a natural thing, so having pads it should be a natural thing too. So we focus on having them every week in the hygiene part.
Grazie Imane, vedo che state preparando tutto, ti lascio la distribuzione e ci vediamo dopo.
Okay,
buon lavoro.
see you later.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
La directrice artistique du projet Cucine et toutes les personnes qui ont les tabliers rouges, nous sommes la brigade culinaire. C'est un projet sur les pratiques, c'est d'abord une enquête sur les pratiques culinaires et agricoles ici à Orsay, dans le plateau de Saké.
For us, that's very important, that the students can still choose. They don't just come and we give them something and they leave, but they choose and they have preferences, and for them it feels much nicer to come, and it's a bit like doing a shop. And we have lots of volunteers, so at each stage they're accompanied by someone that will smile, that will take the time, we can chat, we say how are you, we get to know each other, you build kind of relationships almost with them. And for us that's really important, that they feel good, because it's difficult to say I need help and I rely on a charity to help me. So we want them to feel good, and we have some music, and yeah, for us that's really key.
At the beginning, we saw a video like a lot of student people who was waiting for food, and we were like, we have to do something. So we post a message on Twitter, and we said to the students if you need any help, you can ask us and we can help you. But when we start the distribution, this was in 2021, 65k of money. We have to create an association to have the fund, and then after we start to buy some food for all the people. We have a big thing to prepare all the parcel, and then we start to make some distribution. The first one was in May 2021. We would like to make 5 and then stop, But between the distribution, we receive a lot of money, a lot of help. A lot of people wanted us to continue, and then we're getting bigger and bigger. And right now, 2025 is the 1919 distribution today. Since 2025, during the COVID, a lot of students was in danger. Like I said, I can say like that, because no jobs, so no money, alone in their apartment, so there's nothing. Before the COVID, students was in need to have some food, but in the COVID, it was much bigger. So that's why there were a lot of stuff on TV talking about the student, etc., etc. At this moment, we thought about creating something to help the students. But in the end, we talk about each other. If they have any problem, they can talk about it to us, and we won't judge it. And we will try to help the maximum, because we don't need to ask people like, what's your income, what money you have in your account, because no, if you came here, it's like you need something, and if you need something, you will come here, and so we don't need to know what you have in money, in terms of money. So yeah, I think in Italy you can do it. You can help people. If you have the idea of helping people, it's better to all the community. The students are in need in every country. Talk about it, create a fund, maybe do it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. At this moment, the social network will help everybody to do good things. So that's why we're here.
Senti, ma perché hai deciso di entrare dentro l'associazione?
Well, it was a proposition of a friend of mine who told me about the association, and at first we came as students to benefit from what they have. And from the first day, we saw how everything goes around there, the vibes there, the warmth, and we wanted to be part of it. So it's been now a year and a half that I've joined this association, and I could have been, it was the best decision I've made this year so far. Yes, as an international student, it's pretty difficult to adapt to the new area. But then the cost, especially in Paris, the cost of rent is higher. And also students have to pay for rent, for school stuff, then medical stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of payments to do. So our association and this, what we do is to help them worry less at least about food and hygiene stuff, because there are a lot of people struggling, a lot of students struggling. So doing this kind of initiatives will really help the person. We have also in our university, we make a list of people in need. So whenever they need anything, whether it's support, mental support or financial support, there is a list and they can help them, but that's the case only in my university, so I don't know about the others. Well, the idea of volunteering, it wasn't just new, it was from a long time ago. It's like my love language is to help people. It brings more happiness to me to help another person than it might bring to the other person. And yeah, what volunteering can bring me. Honestly, I wasn't like this as a character once I arrived here in Paris. So we can say it shaped me until now. And it's still shaping me as long as I'm still with the association. It made me meet so many good people. The world needs goodness, so it's good that we have people that think of doing good in this world. And I'm glad I'm one of them.
Questa era la storia di Imane che abbiamo raccontato sul campo in Francia per la serie Hey Mate, Students in Action Around Europe. Nelle altre puntate che troverete sui nostri canali racconteremo i protagonisti del cambiamento sociale in Spagna, Polonia, Grecia e Ungheria. Ognuno di loro con le sue sfaccettature rappresenta un pezzo di comunità che come nuove generazioni europee vogliamo costruire insieme. La serie Hey Mate è stata realizzata grazie al progetto Sphera, che è un network di media europei per il quale VD rappresenta da alcuni anni l'Italia. Il progetto, che è promosso dalla Commissione europea, ci permette di raccontare a un pubblico italiano le sfide delle nuove generazioni europee con un approccio cross-border e internazionale. Se volete saperne di più trovate tutte le informazioni sui canali DVD. Io invece vi saluto e ci vediamo alla prossima puntata.